Good morning. I know you're all thinking, did I just hear Curt right? Is he crazy? Did he say Happy New Year? Well, yes, I did. And I'm going to take my Mr. Magoo goggles off. I did have lens implant surgery yesterday, and I'm no better for the worse, I think, and I can see great. So I had to get in a dust-free environment here because I'm not supposed to have dust exposed to my eyes. And those are my super duper dust-free goggles, but I'm gonna take them off for a minute. I think we're safe here. I don't think there's anyone but me and you in this room to spread dust. So, how are you guys doing? Let me have a let me have a good a sunshine, an umbrella, a beach emoji, a thumbs up. How many of you had a great time with family this summer and went at least on a great beach trip or some family vacation trip that you thoroughly enjoyed? Put a little emoji in there if you want to tell us about it, where you went. Be really cool. We didn't have anything dramatic this summer. Last summer was our drama, and we did Alaska, which was one of my business bucket list. It was my 50th state. We went to Alaska and hit all 50 states because we have business in all 50 states and over 20 countries. So I've physically been in all 50 states as of last summer, which was a cool achievement. Anybody else have like one of those lifetime achievement awards for this summer, vacation, travel? I know Trey Bowden, you got him a new Jeep this past year recently, and it's yellow to match the branding of his logo and mine. So Trey, I'm taking a little credit too, but he's an amazing technology, web presence guy, and he helps me live life to the fullest. And he and I have been friends forever. And the most important thing is we love Jesus together, and our families try and do a good job of that. So Old Yeller is its name. So anybody else got a story like that? We're waiting for Facebook to wake up. We all woke up a little while ago, but when you start up, Facebook has to wake up. Tell all your people, hey, they're there. Go see them. They're doing something. So type people's names in that you want to either join us now or you want to join us on the recording, or whichever one's the most convenient for them, because we're going to have it in both places. And would love for you guys to start not just utilizing Facebook. It's a great place to watch the live, but we are determined to make YouTube a home and a presence for us over the next year and upcoming season, because I think it's a great place. It seems to be easier to share with people text messages and outside the box from YouTube. But let's start right here and let's talk a little bit about, let me set the stage. I feel like I always have to do that for first timers. My name's Curt Beavers, and I live in Georgia in a lake outside of Atlanta called Lake Oconee, Georgia. And God has blessed our family by showing us how timeless principles, not just rules and regulations, but how timeless principles, if applied correctly, can help you build a business that'll last for generations to come. You got to find the right business and find the right vehicle too. But we did that, and we have been applying that vehicle on a regular basis, locally and around the world. So this call, one of the principles we learned, and the reason you're on this call, the reason we're having this call, is the rhythms of life. We have to have rhythms. We have to apply rhythmic principles in order to be able to duplicate, in order to create habits, and we're creatures of habit. In order to do one thing we'll talk about multiple times, if you listen to me over and over again, is rhythms help us overcome procrastination, help us in our business create the bigger paycheck, get promoted to new titles and new earnings potentials, help our team members do the same thing. So that's why we're having this call. And this call is a time for us to say Happy New Year. I mean, it really is. It's August. Don't you all celebrate New Year's in August? You think I'm silly. I'm not being silly. I'm being very, very serious, because we celebrate New Year's twice in America. And this may be the biggest one. So let me explain, back up a minute. In our business and in our culture, yes, January 1st, December 31st, we set off fireworks. We have New Year's resolutions to lose weight for at least 6 weeks. The gyms are full for at least 10 weeks. and all these wonderful new habits of health get spoken, most of them without accountability. But there's this amazing new year, new businesses, debt-free, all these things we say we're going to do for the new year. And we change our calendars. It took Steve Jobs and Apple and the Android people a little while to figure out how to change over to the new year and to do daylight savings times and all those crazy things. But that seems to be behind us. So January 1st, we roll over into a new year. And it's a good thing. For those of you that have never owned a checkbook, that was my biggest flaw. When we had a new year, I would write somebody a check, and it would be 2019, January 2nd, 2019. I would write them a check, and I was so in the habit of putting 2018, I would put January 2nd, 2018, and then the bank wouldn't take the check because it was more than 90 days old. So nobody writes checks anymore, so we don't have to worry about that. But that was this new year we had in January. Here's the bigger new year, maybe the bigger new year, and what we're about to celebrate right here. So we're trying to focus on August as a month. We've got to have monthly rhythms. We talked about rhythms. I didn't define it yet, but we're talking about monthly rhythms, starting August well with our business. And you know, for those of you that are joining us for the first time, I'm assuming you're all totally aware of Juice Plus. It's the most researched nutritional product in the world. It helps us bridge the gap between what we do eat and what we should eat. It's over 30 fruits, veggies, and berries we get into our diets every day. We're the leader in plant food-based nutrition around the world in every country in which we do business. And so that's who we are. And people need to embrace that. Kids can eat the gummies. They can have healthy protein smoothies to make better lunches and better breakfasts for the new school year. Oh, I just gave it away. It's Happy New Year because summer's over. Maybe some of you are sad, and it is sad to see summer end, and the government for some reason keeps shrinking summer. For all of my childhood and most of my adult life, summer was Memorial Day to Labor Day. Those were the two bookends that defined summer, but they keep shrinking it. My daughter-in-law had to go back. She's a teacher. She had to go back for teacher work days. She started back on July 27th. Can you believe that? Her summer ended July 27th. Crazy, crazy. But let's talk about why it's a new year. It's a great time because summer comes to an end, which we love summer. In our business, we actually celebrate summer because our business gives us the freedom to spend those kind of times with families. That's why I started out and wanted you guys just to share some of the amazing things you did this summer. And hopefully some of you are coming to Phoenix. I see Audrey and Keith are coming to Phoenix. They're excited about that. Maybe that's the next trip you've got on your calendar. If not, you don't want to miss it. We have new leadership in place. It's going to make Phoenix amazing. I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. But summer has come to an end, and new regimens kick back into gear. The things you were doing last May when school was out, going to bed at a certain time, getting up at a certain time, fixing school lunches, those kind of things are back on the agenda. And even though we're sad when summer comes to an end, it is kind of exciting to have structure back in your life. How many of you, let's see, seven's my favorite number. Let's see a 7 if you all need structure in your life. You need summer to come to an end to bring structure back so that you can be more functional. I want to see a 7 in the text if that's you. Just because 7's my favorite number, and I'll know. But there are two types of momentum. As we dive into this New Year's momentum is amazing. All kind of back to school rhythms, and you're going to see our company has got a major PR and push for back to school with our healthy starts. You know, our kids ages 4 all the way up until they're 26 years old can get Juice Plus free as long as their parent is on the product. The parent gets it free for a child. And that's amazing, and we're going to let families be made aware of that. But there are really two kind of momentums. As we talk about starting a new year, yes, it's a school year, or January is a calendar year. So there's a big picture and a big goal. And I do encourage you to sit and think for a minute, where do I want my business to be 12 months from now? In 12 months, what do I want my business to look like? This vehicle that I have is amazing. Maybe you're just getting started, or maybe you haven't put forth the effort to take advantage of this vehicle. Maybe you don't know how to drive it yet. You know, maybe you haven't figured that out. But so if you begin to drive this vehicle based on where you are right now, where do you want it to be 12 months from now? That's your bigger goal. But what we're focused on these calls, and we're going to do one every month, so you don't have to feel like you're on this journey by yourself, okay? We can send you a text message every Monday to get your week started right, and I'll show you that in a minute. And we're going to do this call to start and end each month. And then we'll put a special training nugget in the middle for you every month. Because I really want to have each of you benefit from this business as much as Lori and our family have. I mean, we are 4 generations of healthiness in our bodies, of being on this product, bridging the gap between what we do eat and what we should eat. And we have 3 generations generating full-time income from this business, okay? So we want that for you guys, and we want to walk through that journey with you. And I can't obviously get on a personal 3-way phone call and sit in the kitchen of everybody on this call. Some of you I can, because you're close and I work directly with you, but I can help all of you all by you plugging into our virtual community on Facebook right here or on YouTube every single month, kick the month off, learn a new timeless principle for the month, and close the month and let urgency destroy procrastination. So this picture on the screen represents the big goal. That's that, where do you want to be in 12 months? And then you got to divide it into parts. And those parts are divided in 2 ways, into time components and people components. I don't have separate slides for that. But your bigger goal is divided into each monthly goal and then weekly plans and daily activities. But a monthly goal that you have to achieve, set the goal, do the activities, finish it strong so that you can do what you set aside you wanted to do. We don't take advantage of just, yes, there's grace and our company is so kind. We don't take advantage of restarts. When we're serious about this business, we finish what we start each month and put that example into place, okay? And then the second way it breaks down, not just monthly into time periods, but the second way your bigger goal breaks down is your bigger goal breaks down into the people that you work with, your team. Each of those people, they have goals that are smaller goals because they're behind you in the growth curve. And as they hit their goals and their targets, their goals are pieces and components of your bigger goal. That's why your goal can be big, because you're not doing it alone. Not only do you have a support team helping you, but you have people on your team that each have smaller goals. And if you help them achieve their goals, you achieve yours and much bigger. It's like Zig Ziglar. His statement was, see you at the top. If you help enough people get to the top, you'll always get there too. It's like a Sherpa on Mount Everest. He's climbed it. He's done it. And now his goal, his job, is to see how many other people he can help get to the top. Okay? So that's how we look at creating momentum out of this new year. My mom used to always say, and she was amazing. She was the lady that led me to the Lord, put cereal, maybe not as healthy back then because we didn't know better. She put Proverbs and cereal on the breakfast table every morning, and that's what we did. We ate a bowl of cereal and we memorized Proverbs and learned Psalms and different pieces of the Bible so that we could function at a higher level that day and know who the Creator was and who the Creator was. Creator and created, sorry. But she said you can't have peace, P-E-A-C-E, which we all want peace in our life. We all want our new year to celebrate well. We want the momentum that peace, when you have momentum, that brings peace. It's self-perpetuating. And you can't have peace, E-A-C-E, until you find or until you have all the pieces, P-I-E-C-E-S. So in order to have the whole, you have to understand the components. In order to have that 12-month goal, you need to break down and understand the months. So we've got to look at the pieces and components in order to have what we want. And the other thing we have to do, we have to know the components and pieces, but we also need to be alert, sensitive, and discerning. And everybody's heard of Noah, Abraham, Jesus, Mary, the disciples, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, King David. Some of you have never heard this name or this word. It's in Scripture, and it's part of what we learn from history, because the Old Testament has a lot of history. And no matter where you are on your faith journey, there are timeless principles for us to learn. Okay, and I'm going to teach you one right now. So in order for us to create the momentum we want to create, in order for us to use the components to break it down to create that momentum, in order for us to find all the pieces to have the wholeness and peace that momentum brings, there's a principle that we have to exercise. In Issachar, he was a man, but he was also the patriarch and the father of one of the tribes of Israel. And throughout the Old Testament, those tribes are listed, but then some of them are uniquely well known for something that they did well. And this tribe of Issachar, they were one of the most successful tribes in all of history in Israel. And there's a statement that tells you why they were successful. You want to learn that principle? How many of you would like to learn a principle? Let's see a thumbs up. If you'd like to learn a principle that would guarantee that you'd be more successful than you are right now. Would you like to know that? So here's the deal. It's not a whole chapter in the Bible. It's not even a lengthy statement. And Trey, I forgot to get the scripture reference. If you want to grab it, it's in Chronicles. If you want to look it up while we're talking and grab the reference, you can put it in here. But the tribe of Issachar was well known and was the most successful because, listen to this, they knew the signs of the times and they acted accordingly. They knew the signs of the times. They were aware. They weren't ignorant of what was going on around them. I don't even want to go deeply into this, but how many of you have felt like the world around you was ignorant of the obvious in the last 4 years? That's the way I felt, that people were trying to lead us and they were ignorant of the obvious. And the tribe of Issachar knew the signs of the times and they acted accordingly. They knew what was going on. They looked through a biblical worldview, a biblical lens from God's perspective. So they had wisdom in their solutions. They knew the signs of the times and they acted accordingly. And that's what you have to do. If you know you want to be successful. Thanks, Trey. Trey just put the reference in there. If you want to save that, look it up, highlight it. It'd be worth highlighting in your Bible. Oh, this is a whole nother sidebar, but please don't be one of those people. Oh gosh, I shouldn't be that staunch, but take your Bible as something you live in and get life from. Don't make it be this perfect book that you don't want to put a mark in or never make a mark in. Get a red pen. Get a highlighter that doesn't bleed through the pages and mark the special things in that Bible that are meaningful to you. Take that verse and hit it. It's a great verse. Know the signs of the times and act accordingly. Understood the times of the times and acted accordingly. So we have to do all those things in order to be effective. And right now, guys, summer's over. It is not a time for you to try and from a empty well, from an empty bucket, an empty vessel, to try and go create your own momentum. What I'm telling you is it's Happy New Year time. It's summer's over time. It's back to structure. It's back to a routine, and there's natural rhythm for you. Let's talk about them. I'm not even going to get to naming anywhere near all of them. School starting back up. I mentioned that earlier. School starting up, buying groceries, fixing lunches. My child, especially the younger ones, they're about to get exposed to every disease, germ on this planet because they're going to be in a classroom with 30 other kids scratching, clawing, sharing spit, sharing slobber. The little kids, putting the same toys in their mouth. How do I build my child's immune system? What do I do? Moms and dads, don't create your own momentum. They're already thinking about that. If you're a social media guru or expert, one of the things you're supposed to do is not just create your own hashtags. What you're supposed to do is, you can have a custom hashtag for you, like we did Blue Ridge Boot Camp. We did BRBC 2024. That wasn't out there on the web. Nobody's searching for that, but it was an identifier so we could find our post. But if you wanted to get it out there, you would have done Happy Independence Day or 4th of July or summer vacation. What was trending at the moment that you could leverage off of and tie into. And right now, back to school, I want my kids healthy. I want healthy lunches. I want my kids to have a strong immune system. I don't want them to, catch the bugs from everybody else. How do I keep my kids healthy when everybody goes back to school? School's starting back up. You have something free to offer to attach to this momentum. Our Healthy Starts program is absolutely unbelievable. It's like nothing else out there. As Sean Hopkins would say, who does that? Who gives away free product just because the parents are on? We do, because Jay Martin, our founder, said this is a segment of the population that is least likely to be on our product and get the healthy benefits because the kids are at their highest expense time of their life. Sports, activities, clothes, all the things that kids need. And these younger parents, and the kids in this younger age group, these younger parents are not at their peak income earning years yet. And that doesn't even count into fact what inflation is right now. You go to the grocery store and it costs what your mortgage used to cost. It's crazy. So healthy starts. Tap into summer is done, back to work. How about Luminate? How about people that need to get refocused again? They need focus, clarity, healthy energy. Man, throw some of those Luminate little straws in your pocket. And when you have one, share one. Make a decision for the next week. Hey, are y'all struggling getting back into a new routine? This has really helped me. Boom. Try this. Get 2 bottles of water, shake it up. You do one, they do one. This is amazing. How about economic challenges right now? Who do you know that needs extra income? Now here's these last two. I'm not going to get political on you, but I'm trying to describe the situation we're in. And it really doesn't matter which side of the fence you're on, okay? And I'm not going to go there right this minute. I could preach for hours. But what I want you to know is, right now, nobody, Republican, conservative, Democrat, Republican, independent, wherever you stand, these ads, these text messages, the news, like Issachar knew the signs of the times and acted accordingly, it is in your face. They are going to be talking about inflation, interest rates, the Middle East, the border, Ukraine, wars in the world. Who's going to make decisions about, the gender issues and the women's health issues? There's all these topics are going to be in front of us. So the ones that are in front of us the most, and they say it's going to be what determines the election, is going to be the economy. Seems to be the number one thing out there, okay? Doesn't matter which side you're on. Here's how you use this to leverage momentum. You don't have to remember, what was the previous slide I showed you? Let's just look at it a minute. Don't create your own momentum. Jump into and leverage the momentum that's already there. So if everybody in our country is seeing these TV ads, I got so mad yesterday, somebody called me wanting me to give to a political candidate. And I decided I was going to answer it and give him a piece of my mind. I said, I'll tell you what. I said, I'll give you $1,000 right now if you can keep me from getting a text message for 24 hours. I said, I got 31 political text messages on my phone today. It makes my phone almost non-functional. You're driving me crazy. I say stop every time. You won't stop. He said, well, it's the political season. I said, you know what? I said, I said, $1,000 right now, if you'll make all those text messages to my phone stop. It's driving me that crazy. And he hung up on me. He couldn't do it. So, it's in our face everywhere we turn. Okay? And if you all know how to make my phone stop getting these text messages, I'm not going to give you $1,000, but I'll give you a hug. But anyway, so the economic challenges we have right now, leverage them. The cost of everything is way up. Food, gas, groceries, energy. People need more money just to keep. Let's say you were floating down a river for 20 years. In the last 4 years, you cannot keep your mouth and chin and nose above water so you can breathe air. People need that little bit of extra. They're not trying to get rich and buy a mansion and buy a Rolex watch and a Mercedes. They want to be able to still buy groceries at the end of the month. They need extra income to survive. The younger generation doesn't believe they're ever going to be able to afford a house. What if they could make extra money and set aside for 24 months, 36 months, and have a down payment for a house? Unbelievable. Yeah, I've tried to block them. They just call me back with another phone number. So anyway, you can't block them. You just got to ignore them. Anyway, economic challenges. Leverage those things. Don't let them bother you, get in your way. Issachar would say, look, here's what's happening. How do we take advantage of this? And that's why they were successful. They took advantages of the things that were going on around them. Everybody is panicked about the economy. How can we show them that we've got the right product, the right business, the right company at the right time? Whether they want to make $1,000 a month or they want to make $1,000 an hour or $1,000 as fast as they want to make it, the opportunity's there and it's unlimited. to create that consistent, reliable, faithful income for you and your family. Lay it out there, guys. The trouble, the problem, how do you sell something? Well, you show them, you identify a problem, which means they have a need to solve that problem. So there's a problem and a need, and then you show them how to overcome that problem. That's Xerox Sales 101. Well, the TV and this political environment are creating, they're showing everybody you talk to all day, every day, they're showing them how big the problem is. And you can bring in a solution that's a business they can control, where they can work from home. Another factor, everybody's being called back to the office. They've been working from home for 3 years because of the pandemic. Got to show up back at work. Maybe they bought a house that's an hour away. They can't commute. They don't want to go back to work. We're in a business we didn't start working from home 3 years ago. Our business was designed, built to work from home from the ground up, day one. So leverage the economic challenges. And then this political environment. I mean, it is crazy, vicious, creates anxiety, stress. It's created a polarization in our country that's just not healthy. And maybe you're sitting there and you're talking to people and it's like, there's got to be a better way to make the life that I want to make. Instead of my job, my family, my future being dependent upon the condition of politics and who's giving out handouts and who's doing what in our country right now. I want to take control of this. I want to make a life, not just make a living. I want to make a life, not just respond to the political scenario. I want to take charge of my future. God put me here for a purpose and a reason, and I want to take charge of it. That's the momentum, the things you need to tap into right now to have an amazing month. Now, I don't want to forget, we're in August. It's August the 7th. You should have done your coaching call with your upline by now to set your goals for the month and your activities for the month and have a plan. Do you know what do you want to have achieved by August 31st? By the end of this month, what's your target? What's your goal? Did you know that if you don't have a target, that anywhere you end up will do because you didn't have a plan? It's like shooting a gun, just pulling the trigger and not aiming it at something that's a safe place to land. It could be dangerous. It could end up being wild and crazy and not doing what you want it to do. Why would you put forth activity and effort and just let it land wherever it wants to? Have a plan, then create the activities to hit the plan, and then thrive at the end of the month when you want to finish that target and finish those goals, okay? We'll help you do that. You got to build rhythm to your month, to your business, okay? So here's some things that are going on right now to help you. We're still, as a company, we're still saying our summer celebration, the summer tools we've equipped you with, they don't end until Labor Day. So you've got till the end of August to have people join our business for $10 instead of $52. And if their family joined and they did the Partner Plus with our family, which is easy, they're going to get $100 of free product on top of that, free samples. It is a no-brainer to join us for $10. If you don't know about that, call your upline, call your national marketing director, message me on Voxer. I'll be happy to send you this flyer and make sure that you're aware of what's going on with the $10 summer offer. And if you're on boards, it's on boards, and you can easily find it on boards, okay? All right, next slide. I have no idea what that was across the screen right there. That's interesting. Join our cloud meeting. Sorry about that. It came across the image. This is something we're doing, and it's really growing, and people, I think, are just embracing this little bit of encouragement on Monday mornings. Now, I almost am hesitant to tell you, subscribe to my text messages. And I've just told you how insane I am because of all these people sending me political text messages. Number one, I didn't subscribe to any of them. And every time I hit stop or block them, they just use another phone number to keep texting me. I promise you, this is a weekly message to help you have momentum, motivation, and to wake you up with accountability to start your week with zeal and vigor and a plan. All you have to do is you can type, at the bottom of every message, you type X wake up. It's not stop, it's X wake up, and you can get off the list if you don't like it. Send that out to anybody you want to send it to. Trey just put it in the comments so you've got it there. And you can join us every Monday just with a little bit of an encouragement to make this week special. Don't just let the week happen. Let's make it happen, okay? This is probably the most important slide you'll see today is our International Convention will be in Phoenix, September 12th through the 14th. We're going to have our worship gathering on Friday morning. We're going to have our Gina Gura, who I was just texting with this morning. She's going to lay out our product roadmap of our new team of, we've got medical people and research people. Our innovation and our product development team has been running rampant and it works since Travis joined us. Luminate was our first product when we opened up and launched the Juice Plus Cognitive Division. And you're going to hear more about our product roadmap from Gina, our new branding. Just to give you a clue, just think about, we've got great colors, but I am not one of those that's artsy fartsy and just like, totally understand and appreciate that. But I'm about to sneeze, I think. Maybe not. But our colors, if our green was the color of spinach and broccoli, and if our red was actually the color of an apple, and if our purple was actually the color of a berry, they're just things we can do to make Juice Plus not only be as natural as it is, but maybe feel as natural as it is when people glimpse it and view it and see it and feel it. So the branding of our product to be the most researched, most natural, most farm fresh nutritional product in the world, Gina's going to unveil that. And then Bill Baker, our new CTO, I'm not sure if he's CTO or CIO. They use both, Chief Technology Officer or Chief Information Officer. He's one of those two. But he's going to launch our new digital platform. Actually, if you're a national marketing director or above, we have a global call as a preview today at noon Eastern to see a teaser of our new digital platform and how it's going to launch September 1st. It's going to be amazing. So you don't want to miss Phoenix. You can go to your Juice Plus Live app on your phone, or you can go to juiceplusliveapp.com on your computer. And Trey, you might just type that in, juiceplusliveapp.com, and you can go there and sign up and get your tickets for Phoenix, okay? All right, a couple more things and we'll be done. To finish out this month, I told you we had a rhythm of 3 pockets every month. August 14th is going to be our special training on stability, building a business that is bigger than you. Can't wait to share that with you. And that's going to tie into something we're going to do at our worship gathering in September. It's going to be awesome. And then August 21st is our Finish Strong call, to finish August with a bang. And it just so happens that Wednesday falls early enough, you're actually going to have 10 days after that call to gather and finish and fill your vessel full of urgency, because urgency is the one thing that we've discovered destroys procrastination. Do you have people that are procrastinating in your life that you're talking to, you're working with, you're around a lot, that are in your family, that are, present around you, and they just seem to let procrastination rule? Well, I have 2 thoughts for you. The one thing you don't want to do is you do not want procrastination, yours or theirs. Don't let procrastination determine your destination. Do not let procrastination determine your destination. And we have a solution that we do at the end of every month, and we can teach you this, and that is that urgency, just like bleach cleans, WD-40 stops the squeaks, urgency absolutely, totally destroys procrastination. And that's what we have. We don't want procrastination to be our destination, and we avoid that by using urgency to destroy procrastination. Okay? And this is very important too. And I want to pause here because I'm hoping that Trey can clip this part of the video and we can share this on Voxer. We have a new announcement to make. Our Tuesday and Thursday calls have been so successful, mixing product and business, that starting the month of August, we are going to create a rhythm and a space for our live events, because we know that the virtual events are so important because they don't have geography attached and anybody can watch them. But we also know that there's nothing more powerful than a live event where someone can hug somebody and meet somebody and look in somebody's eyeballs face to face. So we're taking our rhythm and we're going to focus on our Zoom calls, our virtual events on Tuesdays, and want to give you space to do your live events on Thursdays. Trey just put the link to the calendar of that in the boxer. It's on the bottom of the screen, makealife.com/events. But starting in August, we started actually last night. Wendy Campbell kicked off the month. The first and third Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, are always going to be product focused. The business will get mentioned and they'll be invited to join us, but product focused. One simple change, first and third Tuesdays. The second and fourth Tuesdays will be business focused. Still explain the product because you can't explain the product without the business. But the second and fourth Tuesdays will be business related, income with impact. And if we have a fifth Tuesday, it will also be business, income with impact focused. The first call is next Tuesday, the second Tuesday, income with impact, our business call. And Julie Herbst is going to do that with Sherry Ann Bennett and her husband Ken. And it's going to be awesome. There's the details there. Maybe Trey can even put that flyer, the picture for you in the comment. Can we put, I don't know if you can put a picture in the comments or not, but if you'll message us, somehow we'll get that picture in there for you. I know Trey can put the Zoom link in there. It's the Zoom is my phone number, and it's on August the 13th, 8 p.m. It's every Tuesday night at 8 p.m., okay? But you can just go to that makealife.com/JP events. All the details, the flyer, everything's right there. But that's a new rhythm for us because we have had such huge success getting back together, doing our live events. But we were crowding you out of a space or a night of the week to do that. Mondays are team calls and major calls. Tuesday's going to be for prospects, for business and product, depending on if it's the first, third, second, or fourth. And then Thursdays are going to be really laid out there and reserved for you to have that special time, whether it's a small event in your home, whether maybe you're sharing a Facebook, someone else is speaking in another city or on Facebook and you're beaming that in and you're having a gathering in your house. Whatever that looks like, we want you to be able to get face-to-face with people on Thursdays, okay? So that's that. And there's where all of our calendars exist. You can choose which one you want to look at, makealife.com/calendar. And let's connect wherever. Let's make sure that our online communities are stronger than ever. Let's make sure we're taking advantage of our live events. Make sure you're in Phoenix. But if you want to find me anywhere on social media or in the virtual world, I think I'm at Curt Beavers everywhere. Trey says anywhere and everywhere. And thanks for joining us today. Hope you have a great day. I'm so glad that my surgery went well and I can see. It's actually great. So I'm going to put my protective glasses back on and tell y'all we'll see you on August the 14th for our special training. See ya.